Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to call the April Park and Rec Committee meeting to order. Are there any changes to the agenda?
No.
I look for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make that one.
Made by Bernie,
Second.
second by Mr. Jaeger. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Look for approval of the February 6, 2024 minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Don made the motion.
I'll second.
Bernie seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. Seeing none. Ginger, consider Franklin Park building agreement.
Sure. So this is something that we do, I believe, every 5 years. Went and talked with June Sewell about the facility. Seems to be, everything seems to be status quo over there. We have had an increase, just a little history in the parks itself. In the last 3 years, we've seen a lot of vandalism there. We renovated the bathrooms and those got vandalized almost immediately after they were finished with them. So actually this week, Ted and Keith from PC Cell Solutions are installing our next phase of security cameras within the parks at that park. So her facility will also be covered on that. The open Wi-Fi will be available at that park as well. So she seemed encouraged by all the things that we're doing there, and wanted to continue the relationship with Salvation Army.
Anybody have any questions? Look for approval for the Franklin Park building agreement with the Salvation Army.
I'll make that motion for approval of the Franklin Park building agreement with the Salvation Army.
Motion made by John. Seconded by Bernie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, Ginger, you're on again.
Dale Stern of New London Youth Baseball approached me with some concerns about their storage at the at Pfeiffer Park. Right now they have storage in the new bathrooms and then also a little in the concession area that they lease with the Chamber of Commerce building. Both of those storage areas hold quite a bit of valued items, and they would prefer that they are not open during practice times because of the money and the concession stuff that's stored in them. They purchase all of their concession stuff at the beginning of the season and then store it on site. So they're just looking for a small, it's actually one of the buildings that's right across the street from them. It's, I think they're 10, it's a 10 by 20 move on site. It'll be on a gravel pad that they would like to donate to the city necessarily. That's why this has to be on the agenda. That they can use and lock and then give that key to their coaches. So during practices, it can be open with less valuable things in it. Like, well, they're still valuable, but pitching machines, soft toss nets, things like that, that coaches should be able to use during practice time. And it would be low. They're not 100% sure on the location, but the star location up there on the map is what they're thinking.
Is that building in the plan to be used all year long?
No,
I was just concerned about possible vandalization over there
no,
in the
yeah,
winter time.
it'll be covered by cameras pretty well over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we do have a extensive camera system that we just installed over at Pfeiffer. So
Is there going to be Wi-Fi in all the ball diamonds?
hopefully, well, all of the ones that we play tournaments at, So
Okay, like
Pfeiffer
Pfeiffer
Memorial.
Memorial?
Hatton Eventually, Hatton, yeah.
Anybody got any other questions? Look for approval of a donation of a storage shed to be placed at the Pfeiffer Park by the London Youth Baseball.
I'll make that motion.
Already made the motion.
I'll move it.
Mr. Yeager made the second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Update and reports, Ginger.
Sure. I guess the main report probably right now that I'd like to focus on that I don't know if I included it in here or not. At Hatton, the bathroom should be wrapping up this month to be open at the end of the month. If not by May 1st. They're looking good. The stadium itself, the coating is waiting on us scheduling the Hatton Stadium Foundation meeting, so that they can pick a coating color for on the seating and then to schedule with Fulton Brothers to complete that. The netting project is the netting and handicap project. We got the netting late last week. It should be going up today or today or tomorrow. And then we will put, for this season, we're gonna put just a warning track material in the area in front of the wall to cover that. They still need to decide on whether they want to do grass there or the warning track material, but the warning track material is the fastest way to get the high school team on the field. High school team does have a game on Friday that we plan on having. So that is really all with that project right now. Some kind of exciting news is that I did get a grant through the Minnesota Twins for $8,000 to chip into some renovations over at the Ball Diamonds at Pfeiffer Park. So we'll have $15,000 to work with, which unfortunately doesn't even cover an infield renovation for the middle field, which would be around
Better than nothing.
21,000. So I'm gonna be sitting down with Dale and some others just to see and also talk to the contractor that gave us that quote and see what they can do for us for a little bit less. But we'd like to see that project happen this fall after the games are done. The overflow parking lot design is complete and I'm working with Schmidt's Boat Launch. I did finalize the numbers for the docks. So the DNR has those blueprints now, and they're working on making sure that all the permits and everything like that are ready for the DNR application. Because we need the permits before we do the application. So all seems to be going well with that. I've been meeting a lot with the local organizations, Wolf River Art League, the Historical Village, to do those agreements still. Going back and forth with those is taking a lot of time, but I have to remember that they are volunteers working on, projects, not full-time. So it's just taking a lot of time. But another one that you'll see on upcoming agenda, and he's not here, but John's he's back here. Good. John's Bait Shop. So that will be coming up. It's actually due, but we're extending that. He has some requests that we'll have to go over with Keith Steckbauer. So other than that, just
Is there anything on the wall, about fixing on the wall around park?
that will be done after the seating is complete, or they'll bring in another. They didn't want to schedule anything out until the end of March, beginning of April. So we're first on their list because they've got it pulled apart right now. But
And the grant, is that a 50-50 for the boat launch and stuff, or for the
Yes.
docks? It is?
yep,
It's a 50-50 grant.
yeah, at least. she told me, so, they, for right now,
So there is an 80-20.
there is, but, they would have to see if we qualify, so.
Anybody else have anything else?
What's going on with the backstop at Allen Field?
That has been submitted to our insurance company. I have a meeting on Wednesday to walk through with our claims adjuster and Century Fence to see about a price quote on it.
Is that something we can just get done and then worry about these kids can't play ball if they don't have that field?
It's gonna cost probably around $4,000 at least, just because of the pricing that I saw with the damage out at New Blackmore. And it's pretty extensive damage.
I mean, if it's an insurance claim, it's gonna be covered. We get our
Right.
money back eventually anyway.
I don't know if I.
The insurance company wants to look at it first.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean,
wanna
after they look
start
at
on a Project, but we've got the.
But we can
tree-
hopefully fast track it after that.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was looking for, a little
Oh, yeah.
fast track so so
Maybe
they
everybody
can
doesn't know
play.
what happened, so why don't you,
Um,
or is it in
Oh.
there?
I don't, it's not in my report, but if you give me a mouse, I can find some pictures.
Oh, I mean, you can just verbally tell too.
So the snow and wind that we got, the snow and wind that we got, brought down the backstop at the, Allen Field, which is the racetrack field, which is where the JV baseball team plays. So we had quite a bit of damage, from cedar tree that went down over it. We did get the tree down. They said that we could take the tree and clear that, so. Yeah,
I was just looking at some kind of way to fast track it if we could.
once I get, yeah.
Thank you.
I was talking to Donnie Summer last month and he was wondering, would the city be interested in installing fish cleaning stations out at the boat launch? You know, some places, communities, they have a station where you can clean your fish after you.
That sounds like a really cool Boy Scout Eagle project in my mind. That's the first thing that popped into my head. We have 3 Boy Scouts that are looking for projects, so do you have contact with the Eagle Scouts with working out there?
Yep.
So maybe mention that to them. I mean, I will too, but it's always nice to hear from others.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they do that, are you gonna put a grinder station in with it? Because otherwise people are gonna complain about the stench.
Right? Yeah, I know that one
Or
across.
are you gonna make the people take their waste home with them?
So, yeah, it's all stuff to think about.
You almost have to stay on the other side of the road because of the
Water.
water situation,
Right.
because you gotta have a lot of water to it, so I would think that's all something that could get done.
Yep.
Like Tim says, a lot of your boat landings have
Yeah.
cleaning stations in them, so that would be great, because I know anybody that's ever picked up the garbage down there after somebody's throwing
So bad.
fish in there on the weekend,
Yep.
it's not a pleasant job.
So bad. Yep.
But that is a good project to
Yeah.
somebody to undertake if they wanna. You don't have anything from school, do you, Jack? Okay. Maybe there's somebody up there at school wants to get involved in something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Definitely be something to look into, Tim.
I know Mike Lachik, he's the scoutmaster, so.
Perfect, yeah. Yep.
Okay, on that damage that was done to those docks down there,
Yes, sir.
now, is he just paying for the material?
That was more than the cost of material.
Well, I'm just asking, cause somebody's gotta spend the time to do it. If the city workers have to do it, he should have to be charged.
Yeah.
For the labor.
Yep.
Cause I know this is the second time that this subject's damaged to dock.
I also spoke to him about that and next year, how closely we're gonna be watching him, because like you said, I knew that it was his second time, and Yes. I agree. The thing, I would like to be able to have contact with him before he puts his dock in, but you can't really, and he's a Muckle resident, so he doesn't get his raft permit with us. And he's actually the raft inspector for Muckwa.
Is there anything in there that states if that is sprung and twisted once we pull it out, that he would be liable?
I don't think it is, but I can have, yeah. I mean, no, there's nothing that says this was just a
Should we?
one and done.
Maybe we should, because I mean, that, you look at them pictures, that was torqued pretty good.
Those are made to be moved around a lot,
Not
especially
like
with,
that. Not like that. I mean, he had his wraps right up on top.
oh, I don't, well, so.
Say it would be nice, it'd be nice if we could pull it out to inspect it, but this time of year, you don't wanna touch it.
No,
Does everybody know what he's talking about? A gentleman put his raft in, or one of our, is a fishing raft in the boat landing, and it ran up on top of the dock, and it busted off one of the tie downs, and it tore the bumper off along the side. So that's what they're talking about now. And like Ginger said, it's up there, he had to pay for it and stuff.
Mhm.
And like Bernie said, he should pay the labor to have it done, rather
Yep.
than the city.
Yep. That was factored into the cost.
Anybody have anything else? Like to review the next meeting date? Tuesday the 7th, does that work, Ginger?
Mhm.
We have nothing else. I look for a motion to adjourn. So moved. Bernie made the motion.
Second.
John Hass made the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?